With the RBA confirming yesterday, I believe, that the number of debit card payments grew by 5% in the December spending period, while credit card usage dropped by 2%. It's critical that retailers ensure they have the right payment setup to facilitate and adapt to the changing needs of their customers. For more, let's bring in Managing Director, ANZ at FIS, Anita LeMaire. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
Good, thanks, Adrian. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. So what can we learn from the most recent retail figures that I just touched on then, released by the ABS and the RBA?
So great support at the end of last year.
Mhm.
We saw consumer confidence increase coming out of the COVID lockdown. The spending pattern significantly increased. It was actually up about 7% overall for November, taking advantage of a lot of those online sales.
Yeah. So how is consumer spending changing in Australia on the whole?
So I think it's pretty common that and pretty expected that all of the spending around travel and entertainment would have dropped. We're
Yep.
seeing a significant increase in the spend for online as people are taking advantage of the capability to buy whatever they want and have it shipped in to their house while they're under lockdown. So definitely saw that. But really interesting, we're seeing a change in the way that Australians are using their cards.
Right.
56% of Australians now want to pay via their mobile phones. And I think that that's driven largely from the fact it's contactless, so people are seeing it as a safer way,
Mhm.
but it's also showing that the Australians are adopting new technology.
And what can businesses, do you think, and retailers do to adapt to this change that we're seeing?
So retail systems and financial systems are really complex, and in the background where nobody sees it, really, really complex. So when you're looking at the consumer experience, it has to be simple and it
Yep.
has to be secure. When people trust it and it's easy, they're going to use it. So anything along that lines to make it easier for the consumer, particularly around QR codes. And you saw that at the Australian Open, people
Mhm.
using QR codes because it's easy, it can be activated from their phone, and it makes it really simple. Things like that are really going to raise the interest of the Australian public.
And just finally, where do you see the payments landscape move in a post-COVID world? What do you think it's going to look like? Just briefly to finish.
Well, I don't think we're going to see a reduction in online. I think that's really pushed us into really wanting to buy a lot of our goods and services online. And I don't think it's going to reduce our dependence on our mobile phones for payment. I don't think we're going to ever get rid of the plastics because you always want that security around what happens if my phone runs out of batteries.
Mhm.
But we're definitely seeing that huge push to the mobile phone payments.
Great. Thanks so much, Anita, for your time. If people want to learn a bit more, where would you direct them?
Absolutely. The RBA and the ABS have great stats on how the payments are changing within Australia, and FIS is supporting all of the financial systems that sit behind the Australian payments industry.
Great. Thanks so much for your time. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Thank you.